Hello, my name is Chris and I'm a U-Haul Hitch professional. Installing a flat towing base plate on your Fiat 500 can take you to some really cool places. Let's go ahead and take a look at how I completed this install. You will need the following tools or supplies to complete this installation. We will begin this installation with the hood open so that we can remove 4 T30 Torx fasteners. At the bottom of the bumper fascia, you can remove 3 Torx fasteners with a T30 Torx bit. You can now remove 2 screws with a Phillips head bit, one on either side in front of the front tires. You can now remove 3 Phillips head screws from inside the driver wheel well. You can now remove this fastener with a T30 Torx bit. You may need to peel back the fender trim for easier access. Now repeat for the passenger wheel well. We're now ready to remove the front bumper fascia. You're going to want to get yourself a second set of hands to help hold the bumper. There are some electrical connections in there we will need to disconnect. Begin at the wheel well and gently pull the fascia away from the vehicle. You can use a trim panel tool to depress the 3 tabs, poking out of the fascia if it does not want to come freely. Once you remove the fascia up to the tail light, repeat for the opposite fender. You can now remove the electrical connections you find. In our case, there are 2 adapters to disconnect. Depress the tab that is facing downward. You can now depress this tab on the green connector. And now repeat for the opposite side. You can now remove 5 bolts from each side of the bumper beam. 4 will be a 15mm and 1 will be a 10mm. Save these bolts for reinstallation later. You can now remove the bumper beam. It will not be replaced. We can now apply red thread locker to the 8 factory bolts. This is not included with the kit. Now, with at least 1 bolt in hand, raise the base plate into place. Place it over the posts where the 10mm fasteners were, which we will not return, and insert the bolt to keep the base plate in position. Now insert the remaining hardware, but install it loosely until all bolts are in place. We can now tighten and torque the hardware to the manufacturer's specifications. I will link them in the description below. We're going to use our same 15mm socket. For my own peace of mind, after I torque a bolt, I like to apply a mark with a paint pen. We're now ready to make a few trims to the bumper fascia to allow our brackets to connect. We have followed the diagram in the directions, and I've used my wax crayon to color out the areas we need to remove. You could use an air saw, but I think tin snips or aviation shears will be sufficient. You can use a metal file to help clean up some of these sharp edges. Now repeat this cut on the opposite side. We are now ready to return the fascia to the vehicle. Again, if you do not have a bumper stand like me, you'll need a second set of hands to hold this in place so we can reconnect the lights. Now, in order to attach this last part of the bumper, you occasionally will have to pull in and up on the fascia and stretch it into place. You can now return all the previously removed fasteners. The kit will include a bracket as well as 2 self-tapping screws, so you can affix the bracket to the base plate for a 6-round wiring harness. But depending on the wiring harness you install later on, you may need to install a different bracket in this place. So go ahead and save this for your wiring installation. Now, when you are ready to flat tow your Fiat, you can install your brackets and security cables like so. Make sure the 45-degree angle in the bracket is on the outside of the vehicle. Rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise to insert, and then re-rotate back clockwise. On the opposite side, rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, and then return it counterclockwise. You can now install a D-ring and safety cable underneath each bracket. Open up the D-ring, place it through the hole, install the safety cable, and re-secure the D-ring. With the install complete, I must now point out that the brackets, rings, and cables should not be left on the vehicle when you drive it around town. So upon arrival at your destination, remove them and store them for later. Next up, check out the wiring harness so you can get on your adventure. Thanks for watching, and remember to practice safe trailering. If you have any questions about the products seen in this video, or if you'd like to schedule an installation with your local U-Haul Hitch professional, please visit us online at uhaulhitches.com. You can also download the U-Haul app using the link in the description for even more ways to manage your hitch and towing needs.